Hello, good evening. I am Abdullah Noman and I am a student of Programming Hero. My serial number is WEB63280 and my assignment is car wash booking system. Now my assignment is about a small management system about car washing um, where an admin can create several services for car washing services and several slots for those services. And another entity is user, and the user can book for various kinds of services which are given in the which are available in the database. Now first I would like to this is the model which was provided by the Programming Hero team, and these are the API endpoints which I had to implement in my assignment. So first, I would like to start from user sign up. In this project, I have created this endpoint API auth sign up to create a user. Now I'm able to demonstrate that. Here's my Postman. Yeah, here's my Postman API tester. First, I would like to show how to open this project. To build this project, we have to give the command npm run build. With this, in this command, we'll build our program, and then to start our server, to keep our server running, we have to write this command npm run start prod. After a few seconds, it will initiate the server. Here's the server has been initiated. Car wash server is running at 5000 port. Now I'm about to create this user who is an admin. Now let me go to my sign up part. Here's the data which I have tested before. Now here's the data which I'll be taking from my task board. Let me see. Copy. And so this is the after I send this data, it gives us this output, which is success true. This user has been registered successfully, and the data with the name we have given, our email, phone, role, the role which is admin, address, and created it, updated it. And if we see our database, it has created data of that user. We can see there's a password here, but in our output we didn't include the password for security reasons. First I would like to show the outputs, then I will go to the coding section where I did this, and here is it. And I would like to show another thing, that is, if we get the same email address again, our email address while signing up, our email address could be unique. If we give another one, there's a duplicate error because the email is already there. We cannot create another user with that same email. Let me see if it has created another user or not. It hasn't created another user. So let me show you the normal user login. Normal user sign up, which is this one. This is another example. This is a normal user. All right. Let me do this. User sign up, and then I'm going to create a normal user. Our previous user was an admin, and our next user is just a normal user. Here is it. So in our database, we have two types of user signed in, which is admin and user. Now moving on to the next section. All right, moving on to the next section, which is the response. Give a given response, and my response are almost same. As you can see, they have ID, name, email, phone, role, address, created that, updated that, everything in my output site. All right, and another thing I would like to add, that our password has to be at least more than 4 characters long. In my result validation, I can show you. In my result validation, here's my validation where I have included that password has to be minimum 4 characters long. Now let me show you that again. And here's another, let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, and our password is less than 4 characters. It's a new user. And then if I want to sign up this user, here's a validation error. As you can see, the password, it has to be minimum 4 characters long. So there's an error. At least to create a new user, our password has to be at least more than 4 characters. Let me say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So big one. And here I'm getting a valid email. Noman@gmail.com. And here's my name if I give it. And finally, I would like to create this user, and that's it. User created successfully. In our there are three right, and there are three users. All right, moving on to the next part. My next task is user login. In a user login, we have we have to pass the email and password only. Now, and the route is API auth/login. Let me show you that one. And here's my API. Here's my user login site. I'm running on local URL, localhost 500. All right, here's my endpoint API on login, and I would like to give an authorized and existing user. First, let me show you. This user doesn't exist. If you can see the email, this tester@gmail.com doesn't exist in our user database. So let me try to log in with this user. False. The user does not exist. So right now I'm going to give you the registered user. This user is registered. Here it is. And here's the password which we have given. It is PH password. All right. First, if we give our password is PH, if our password is PH password, and I'm going to test with a wrong password. Let me send this. It's saying that it's a wrong password. All right. Let me give him the right one. All right. All right. If we pass the right password, we will get this output where we get the message user logged in successfully. We have the token, a token, and the data, which is an admin token. Now I'm going to take this admin token, which will be useful for our future presentation. Okay, I'm going to get in my test. Okay. And second, I'm going to log in as a user. Now, and this time I'm going to log in as another example and with this email. Where is it? And we are going to give the password to 3456. And now we're logged in as a user. So this is the access token of that user. And we are going to keep this in our test file for future work. Okay. So this was the whole user authentication part. Now I'm going to move to the service part. Now in my service part, a service can be created. Now in here, a service can be created only by admin. According to the assignment requirements, only the admin can create a service. Here's the API for that, and here's my API. It is API/services. This is the API endpoint for that. Now I'm going to input this tire rotation of vehicle and tires, and authorize here. Now first, I would like to take this one. This is the user. This is the admin token. So here it is in the bearer. Well, in the authorization header, we are sending the token with bearer. The keyword bearer is present here, as you can see. Now I'm going to create the service. The service was created successfully. Let me show you in the database services. Here's the service, and I'm going to create another service with user token. Yeah, okay, let me get user token from here. It will be easier. Where's my login? Okay, we don't have it here. Okay, let me get it from here. Alright. Okay, I'm going to add in my headers. Where is my service? Okay, in my service, I'm going to add the token associated with keyword bearer. This is the token of a user. So if I try to create another service given in the example, right, let's take this one. I'll change. I'm having a little problem right here. And let's beautify this. And the user cannot create, as you can see, the user cannot create the service. So let's create the service as an admin. Okay. Now as an admin, I can create the service. Here's the service. All right. Let's move into the next one. Another one is get all services. Okay, let me add this one too for further use. Yeah, it's taking a little bit more time than I expected. So, okay. All right, another service. The third one is created successfully. As you can see, there are three services added by admin only. The user cannot add a new service here. Okay, get all services. This is my get all services API. Now, in my get all service, we don't need to send anything. This is a get action. We are not sending anything, but I need to change the header. The header is pretty old. The token access token is used here is pretty old. Okay. So here's the admin. With this, we have retrieved all the services. As you can see, the tire rotation, oil change. Another one is tire rotation. Okay, that's a problem. I think there's a duplication happened. Let me delete this one. Let me add a new one. Tire rotation, oil change, car wash. Okay, the car wash. See. Now, if I try to send, just create that. Here's the data, car wash price, and by default the deleted is false. All right. Now, this get all services, this API is accessible by both admin and user. This is the admin endpoint. Now I'm going to change the token to user. Here's the user. Here is the user. And I'm going to send it. Here's it. Services retrieved. From the user endpoint, we can retrieve the services. As you can see, these are the three added services from admin side, and from user side, we can also access these three data. Okay, get service I. Now we are going to get a service. First, we're going to change the authorization. Okay. Now in my get all services. Delete service, create log. All right. My next one is update services, which will be only accessible by admin. So I'm going to demonstrate that too, which is update service. And here, I am giving the access token of my access token of the admin, and here's the body. And in the API link, as you can see, API services, and we are passing the ID of that particular service as a parameter of that API. Now I'm going to take a parameter. I'm going to take which is car wash, the ID of car wash, and I'm going to add that in my parameters. There it is. And then we're going to change, as you can see, the price is 650 and duration is 60. And I'm going to change it to the price 850 and duration will be 50. I'm going to say this. It was the header of user. All right, my fault. This is the user access token of user. That's why it's showing that unauthorized access denied. So I'm going to give the admin one. Here's the access token of admin. Here it is. Okay. And I'm going to send, and service has been updated. Here you can see the price is 850 and the duration is 50. And as you can see in my database, it has been updated. It's at the car wash. It's 850 and the duration is 50. And my seventh, as you can see, my output is similar. My output is similar to the required output. As required output, it shows they're kind of similar. Okay. I'm going to save all of it. My seventh is delete a service. Now this is only accessible by admin, this endpoint also, and most importantly, this is not a hard delete where it will be deleted from database completely. It will just change the state, change the property which is deleted true. We're not going to remove whole data from the database. Instead, we're keeping the data, but we are just changing the is deleted property. return into true. Here's the delete service by ID. If here we are going to we will be giving the ID as a parameter of the API. As you can see, that here's the API, then services, then the ID of that service, as it is suggested in my uh, assignment. As you can see, the API, services, and ID. Now let me show you an example. First, I'm going to copy the admin access token so that only admins can delete a certain, let's say, this service, which is tire rotation. We're going to take that ID and paste it here as a parameter, and then we're going to send. The service has been deleted, as you can see, and it's not completely removed from the database. Instead, the deleted state is now true. All right, now this is the soft deletion process which I implemented in this assignment. Now let me close our distractions and moving forward to the create slot part. But before I show create slot part, I would like to show you how my program is handling the access authorization. The user cannot delete a service or anything. Like, let me show you. This is a user access token. I'm going to paste it here, and then understand. And here it is, unauthorized access denied. And in my database, it's not anything is not changed yet. So this is the authorization I have implemented, and which is only accessible by this API endpoint is only accessible by admin only. Well, we will create a slot. The new slot creation is very sophisticated. It's complicated work. As you can see here, I have created a utility function which is create slots, where in my assignment they have given a hint. As you can see, the duration service duration of system, and there are 5 steps to create the slots of a service. A service can have multiple slots, and each slot will have a certain amount of time. By default, we are given 60. Here it is. By default, our time per slot is 60 minutes, and in this code, this create slot code, taking the start time and end time in hour and minute format. As you can see in the documentation, as you can see there, the start time is 9 a.m. and end time is 14, which is an international time. So this is the format. If I try to, okay, let me show you here. I would like to give the admin access token as my admin access token. This API endpoint is only accessible by admin. So let me show you. Now the start time I'm going to give 9. The end time will be 14. And most important, first, in this function, I have added some error checks, like if the given service, here's the service. If the given service doesn't exist, then it will send an error message. Here is it. No data found. Such service doesn't exist. So we're going to give an existing service, which is car wash. Then we're going to send it to the service property of the body. This is a post action. Then we're going to send it from admin side. Slots have been created. Here's the slot. As you can see, this is the output, which looks like similar to this. Here is service name, date, within the start time, and each start time. If you can observe closely, that our start time is 9:30, and the end time of that particular slot is 10:30. And as there are 60 minutes is the time for per slot, and other informations are added as well. Every single slots are available as it is freshly created, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 slots are added into our database. As you can see, there are 5 slots. I'm going to create more 5 slots of a service of oil change, and here it is with the date of 17, and time is 8 to 30. Okay, we're going to create another one. Another slot for oil change service is created. As you can see, 200 status code. And the service, here it is, the start time is 8 to 9. 1 hour time slot, and everyone is available. And there are like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 slots available. Now let me go to the slot. There are 11 slots right now added to our database. And this is as I have shown before. This is the slot getting utility function, and I have used it on my slot service. Where is it? This is the get all available. So in my service, is the create new slot. This is the function to create new slot, and here it is. I have implemented the create slots function right here in the service part. As you can see, the API endpoint showing that it's a part of services route. So this is my 8th task, and then moving on to the 9th task, which is get available slots. Now this is a little interesting endpoint. As you can see that we have two optional query parameters. So I'm going to show you all services. No, this is the slot. So get all slots. Now first, date and service ID. We have two of them. Now I'm going to give this date. And the service ID will be this. And this will be as I have I'm giving both of the parameters, and in the header there is no header because user or admin, anyone can access this API endpoint. And since this is a get method, we don't have any body. I'm going to send this. These are the available slots for the given date and service ID. As you can see, here we have how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. There are 5 slots we have got from the database. Now the data structure is here's the data structure looks like, where we have the service which populates the service part, the service property, which is including the name, description, price, etc. And all of the data looks like the same. Now these are the data for the ID of the service ID of this and the date of this. Now if I try to change the parts, like I'm going to omit the date and keep the service ID the same, then I will get the ID of that particular service. I mean the source of that particular service. Let me show another one. The service ID. I'm going to change the service ID to the next one, and then I'm going to send that. This is another one. Only on the service and the slots for service all change are given here, and there are, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 slots for this particular uh, service, and I'm going to show you only the slots available for 16 slots available for 17 June. Let me show you. Here's the date of only 17 June. Alright, and the output looks similar to this given output. Alright, moving on to the book a service part. This endpoint, this is the booking part where the user can book a service given service ID, slot ID, vehicle type, vehicle brand, and vehicle model, manufacturing year, and registration plate. Here's the catch. The vehicle type vehicle types are restricted to this car, truck, SUV, van, motorcycle, bus, electric vehicle, hybrid vehicle, bicycle, tractor. So in my code, I have implemented that restriction as an email. Let me show you the booking, the interface. There's the vehicle type, which is when booking constant. As you can see, these are the enum, and these are the enum vehicle types, and I have written it here. Let me show you the functionality of this create a book a service by user. Now the service ID or slot ID must be accessed in the database. If I try to book a service which doesn't exist, for example, in this case, these two are old service ID and slot ID, and I'm going to change the header, and I'm going to add the current user. I'm going to add the current user access token. It's taking a little bit more time. I'm sorry for that. Maybe this could be this. Here's the body. First, I'm trying to the service or slot doesn't exist. These are the old service and slot which doesn't exist in my database. So I'm going to give a valid one. Here's that. Let's see. Here, this is the service ID, and here's the slot ID. I'm going to take from here. Here it is. I'm giving it, and then we have created a successful booking for this particular slot. And let me describe the output. In the output, it's showing the customer who made the booking. Here's the customer details. This is my ID, which is contained in the access token. And here's the details of the user. As you can see, phone number, email address, the service, which is a car wash, the slot, its date, time, and another thing is it's booked. The as you can see, it's available right now. If I refresh this, it has booked. The slot has been booked by this particular user. And here's the other details: vehicle type, vehicle brand, vehicle model, etc., etc. And this particular output looks similar to this output. Where is it? Go to my 10th task, and it looks like here's my response body. It looks similar to this one. Customer with populated data. Customer populated data, service populated data, the service has been populated, the slot has been populated, and other types like vehicle type, vehicle brand, created and updated, and all everything is right there. Now this is the get all bookings API endpoint. This is the API bookings, which is a post. Now I'm going to show you the get all bookings by admin. This API endpoint name are same, but this is a get method. Right now I'm going to show you how this get method works. Where is it? And as you can see, the response body will show multiple bookings, all the bookings in my database. There are 11. There are one booking in my database right now. I'm going to create another booking. I'm going to create another booking right here. Let me create another book service by user, and let me give another service which is oil change. Let me see the slot. Here is another one, the available one. Let me add the slot ID. Let me add the slot ID here, and my service ID. Let me add the service ID. And I'm going to book that as booking successful. And there are two bookings. There are two bookings in my database right now, and I'm going to access that as an admin. Here, my authorization. All right. Since this particular endpoint is accessible by only admin, now I'm going to give the admin access token. Let me show you. It's taking a little bit time than I expected, and here it is. Okay, all the bookings. There are two bookings, and they are all accessible by admin. And here's the full detail of that booking. As you can see, the customer name and the other useful and other data are present in this output. As you can see in my simple response body, there are two data and more additional data in the data array. Same, here's my data array containing all the bookings. All right, and they look like same as the recommended response body. Now moving on to the get user bookings. Now this particular endpoint is only accessible by user, and it's a little bit different. As you can see, the API is an API / my bookings. It's not a part of booking route. This one is different, and here is it. I have also implemented that one API / my bookings, and here I'm going to give the user token. Here's the user token. I'm going to add the user token here, and since this is a get method, I'm not going to send anything to the body. And here are the booked data. These are the slots I have booked, and here's the data. Let me see. Uh, this is similar to the response given by the programming hero mentors, as you can see, the service and slot. The okay, I have shown here customer, which is redundant, but here's the service and slot data, followed by vehicle type, vehicle brand, vehicle model. As you can see, everything is there. So this was my whole assignment, and I have just using the local host. I'm going to publish this assignment, publish this project to Vercel, and I'm going to share the Vercel link in the description also, and I'm going to show you my code. Now there are some this FTS. This is the app, and first I'm going to show you what I have used for my project. I have used the Express.js framework and Express.js framework and Mongoose framework. And for this, for web token functionalities, I've used JSON web token, and these are the other dependencies I have used for this project, like Epic for encrypting the password, course for multiple cross-origin accessibility, .in for environment. As you can see, I have an environment file where I have added all the sensitive data. Add data in this app.ts. I have used the express.json and force to handle any kind of let me show you endpoint that doesn't exist, something like this. If I send this, the route not found is shown here. That route doesn't exist here, so I'm not going to save that. Now this is my folder structure. So you can see we are invoking the environment variables. These are the database connection, port, JSON access token, JWT token, salt range for encrypting data. Then we have the app error. This is the app error class to handle the error responses. We have the validation error response class. This function returns the status code message and error source, and the error handling function, which returns the error source, status code and message of validation error. These are the handlers, the response handlers in this error folder. Then we have the interface tree, which shows the error in the generic error structure, where we will have a status code, message, and error sources, and the error sources will have the path and the message. And in this index of interface, we are adding the JSON to our request folder, to our request object. And the middleware, this is the authentication middleware, where here's the authentication where it takes the roles given by the developer, whether there are two possibilities. Either the user is an admin or a normal user. Based on that, we are going to take the action as the first we are checking if the token string exists or not, and then we are going to verify, and we're going to verify, and then we're going to take the token from the token string. As you can see in our headers, we have the bearer word keyword and the access token. So we're going to omit the bearer. We're splitting and taking the latter part of the string, which is this part, the access token, and then we are going to send this token to verify. And after that, we are going to decode and get the role, decode the access token and get the role. If the role, if the decoded role includes the role given by the developer for a certain router, then it will go to the next part, because we have the user who has the permission to access that certain route. And if it doesn't happen, if the given role doesn't include the role given by developer for the certain routes, then we are throwing a new app error. Right? So this is the global error handler code. And this is the validate request code, and this is my middleware. These codes are used as middleware authentication, middleware error handler, and request. And in the model, there are 4 entities. The form is booking, service, slot, user. And in routes, I have defined the route, like as auth route for user auth route, as my tokens for user get the certain booking, the information of certain booking. And here's the services, here's the slots, here's the bookings, and all the things are here. And that's it. This was my assignment. If you found anything wrong in my assignment, then you can write in the comment section. Thank you.